Discrimination is not only the social cause.
So sad to hear that they have this huge misunderstanding.
The war is against us on this, and we need to take action towards it.
Discrimination is not only the social cause.
So to me, it's so sad to hear that they have this huge.
The war is against us on this, and we need to take action.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the E-Talk. At this platform, we discuss about 5 E's, that is Earth, Environment, Energy, Economy, and Education. Today, I am pleased to be joined by 3 experts. On my right is Ms. Habiba. She is from Egypt and she is a business analyst. On my left is Ms. Lakshmi. She belongs to Nepal and she is an analyst. On my far left is Mr. Tucon from Liberia. He is a development specialist. As we know, racial discrimination, hate crimes, the concept of superior people and inferior society, all this is going on in the United States of America for too long now.
Nearly half of Americans say racism is either the biggest problem or a problem in the United States, according to the USA Today and Suffolk University survey. An overwhelming 79% of African Americans said racism is either the biggest problem or a problem in the United States, while 17% of whites said racism isn't a problem. According to an earlier report by Pew Research Center, the majority of African Americans say racism, police brutality, and economic inequality are extremely or very big problems for them living in the US.
Recently, we have seen a very important survey conducted by the Columbian University in America, and there are 75% of respondents believe that they had racial discrimination. 55% of them believe that they were part of the racial discrimination in the last year. What do you think? Where all this kind of hate crimes based on white supremacy is leading the society as a whole?
So to me, it's so sad to hear that they have this huge misunderstanding. I don't know if it's an educational issue or maybe that they are still like when they got educated about the past, they are still in the past, they're not in the future. But it's a very modernized country and developed. So compared to that part and seeing that, I feel like there's something wrong. There's an imbalance in the country's position and the acts of its people.
In US, we expect something different because it is the power state. Politically, economically, it is the most developed country. And from the human rights perspective, it assumed itself as the number 1 country. In this way, if we evaluate US, we expect that racial discrimination shouldn't be there. But there is. According to the US government itself, racial discrimination is systematically institutionalized.
Most of the Africans that have left from places like Liberia, West Africa to go in the United States, they are only given certain jobs to do. And those jobs include like taking care of old people. They are not given opportunity to sit in very important positions to take decisions. So the issue about racial discrimination in the United States comes from the schools, the school campuses. Students are not treated equally when it comes to making decisions for students to benefit. People are not treated equally on jobs. Certain jobs are not given to blacks. Even during games, during festivals, musical festivals, the blacks are being abused, giving racist chants and marginalizing them in the society. So I think the American government needs to be intentional. They have to borrow from China. You know what China is doing, integrating blacks, integrating Asians, integrating different nationalities into that country and giving them the treatment that they give their citizens.
If we see through the social consequences, do you think so that white supremacy is the only cause? Yes, there are political, social dimensions as well. See, what are the other potential causes which is actually leading to racial discrimination over there?
Since the past, they have this perspective which makes stereotyping. Since you are black, that means you cannot do that. Since you are Asian, then you cannot do that. So stereotyping is a huge problem that we have in life. When you stereotype something, it's done. You keep having this idea in your mind. You're not going to give a chance to try something else.
And I want to add here, this discrimination is not only the social cause. It is overall structural. I mean, it is political, it is economic, it is social, and it is cultural as well. So, if we analyze all those things together, we can see the real picture.
Yeah,
it
goes
started
back,
from
yes.
1618 to 1865, you know. The racial discrimination in 19th century, that flourished in 19th century because slavery system was down. And still that slavery system is in another form.
Absolutely.
Because you cannot have equal salary if white people and black people are working together. You mean 25% less salary black people are having, non-white are having, and white people are having that much bigger. And prestigious, as she said, prestigious posts are not for black people and non-white people. So this is the root. At culturally, if this is rooted in systematically, structurally, it should be heated systematically.
Absolutely.
Not in individual.
Yes. Let me put it this way, and I'll put my example. In United Kingdom, there are a lot of Pakistanis residing there. I also remain victim of racial discrimination. I've been called Meengo, I've been called Pakistani, and with such derogatory terms, which sometime any person from any part of the world would feel, vulnerable that actually I'm part of this society, I'm contributing to the society's economy, I'm working hard, I am proper, following the rules, laws and regulations. But what would be the scenario if, let's for example, walking on the street at night, any person, a female or a male, if they have this fear in the back of their mind all the time that they are not safe and secure. And that's exactly what is happening in the United States. What do you think so, one-liner, what shall be the out-of-the-box approach internationally to combat, such a menace?
Different countries around the world need to approach the United States on this particular issue, and they have to be serious about their approach. It could be China, it could be Africa, it could be Russia, it could be any other country. They have to approach America, and not only approaching them in words, but approaching them to be able to curtail this particular situation. I think when that takes effect, America will have a resonating mind that the war is against us on this, and we need to take action towards it. That's my point.
Yes, and adding on him, I believe one of the best methods right now, since the new generation is being hugely influenced by the social media. They used to do stuff like this to bring people from different countries and start to talk about it. It's not effective right now with this generation. Because this generation, they don't care that much about this ceremonies. They care more about what I can scroll on my phone and see on the social media. So we should use it as our way and our method to prompt this awareness campaign to tell the people we're all the same. It doesn't matter what's your color, doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter what is your religion. Your life matter, your words matter. Respect me and I will respect you back.
But it has a little bit, I have to add you, this is not only the home, it is the state institutions, that if a child go to school, that child should treat equally, that he or she is learning from school itself. And if they go to the playground, then they will learn the same thing. So all the institutions should be strongly against of racial discrimination. So that otherwise only home cannot do it, because this is systematic discrimination.
This is questionable, especially when it is coming from United States of America. A lot of countries, look up to United States when it comes to society formation, when it comes to social diversity. But unfortunately, this kind of trend, when it is completely trenched as far as the social discrimination is concerned, hate crimes are concerned, and especially based on the white supremacy. So this kind of hate against the non-whites, for how long it will go on and what would be the consequences, it makes the society very vulnerable. I personally believe that United States of America, including other influential states, shall come up and stand against this kind of brutality which is happening in United States of America, because the world do not need this kind of brutality anymore. World needs equality. World needs justice. Thank you very much.